Did you know that I spent years in poverty, even living in a cemetery in London? Hello, comrades. I am Karl Marx, the father of modern communism. Through my work, Das Kapital, I unmasked the contradictions and exploitation inherent in capitalism. But not everything was revolution and theory. I lost 3 children during my lifetime, a tragedy that deeply marked my existence. Do not forget to subscribe and like the video to learn more about my story and philosophy. Until next time, comrades. I was born in the city of Trier, in Prussia, on May 5, 1818, into a middle-class family of Jewish origin that later converted to Protestantism. My father, a man of enlightenment, introduced me to literature and critical thinking from an early age. During my adolescence, I was sent to study at the University of Bonn and later at the University of Berlin. There I immersed myself in Hegelian philosophy, which had a great influence on my later thinking. I joined the Young Hegelians, a radical group that opposed political absolutism and traditional religion. At the age of 24, I fell deeply in love with Jenny von Westphalen, an aristocrat with whom I shared some of my happiest years. Contrary to the conventions of the time, she was older than me and came from a higher social class, but this did not prevent us from forging a bond of mutual love and respect. We married in 1843 and had 7 children together. These years were fundamental in developing my political and social consciousness and fueled my desire to fight against injustice and inequality. One of my most significant achievements, undoubtedly, was the drafting and publication of the Communist Manifesto in 1848. In collaboration with my good friend Friedrich Engels, we outlined the basis of what would become modern communist theory. In this manifesto, I described the class, struggle, and the inherent contradictions of capitalism. This document would become a banner for labor and revolutionary movements around the world. But my greatest work was Das Kapital, or the Capital. This was the result of many years of hard work and detailed analysis of political economy. The Capital is more than a simple economic text. It is a critique of the entire capitalist system. Through it, I put forward the theory of surplus value, which explains how capitalists take advantage of workers and accumulate wealth. Interestingly, while working on the Capital, I lived in poverty. I devoted myself completely to research and writing, sometimes working up to 15 hours a day. In fact, only the first volume was published during my lifetime. The other 2 were published posthumously thanks to Engels. My health was always fragile, and the circumstances of my life often took me to the limit. The prolonged hours of study, the stress of my political struggles and economic hardships physically exhausted me. My respiratory and liver problems made me spend long periods of convalescence. However, the greatest tragedy I faced was the loss of 3 of my children in life and my beloved wife Jenny, who died in 1881. Each of these blows was a deep wound that never fully healed. Finally, on March 14, 1883, my body could not resist anymore. Bronchitis and pleurisy took me to the grave. My death was a lonely ending, as only 11 people attended my funeral. I now rest in Highgate Cemetery in London. But while my life was full of difficulties, my legacy has survived. My ideas about capitalism and class struggle have influenced political and social movements around the world. From the Russian Revolution to labor movements in Latin America and Europe, my work has left an indelible mark. In my life, I dreamed of a world where workers own their own labor, a world without exploitation or inequality. Although I did not see it in my lifetime, my struggle and my writings continue to inspire millions of people in the search for a more just and equitable world. Thank you for joining me in this recounting of my life. If you have enjoyed this journey through history and want to continue discovering more about figures that marked history, Do not forget to subscribe and keep watching more videos. Until next time,